Introduce yourself.
My name is Donna K. Williams, currently council member at large for the city of Orange Township, elected in 2008. And to just make some corrections, that I was the top vote getter twice, Mr. Ham.
All right.
Mr. Ham.
All right.
But born and raised here, and I have to take a cue from Scott, born at Orange Memorial Hospital. As we would say, on October 5, Donna came alive in my household, and went to parochial and public school. But when I was growing up, the parochial school, I went to St. Financius, and then I went on to Immaculate Conception, and particularly St. Financius, where my principal was Miss Benevento. Her husband was Mr. Benevento, who worked at Orange Police, was really integrated during that time in the public school system. We did a lot together. Mr. Benevento would come over and teach us, just like he would go to the public schools. But my final year, I graduated from Orange High School, class of 1985. And then there's one more correction. You said on 2 occasions, Mr. Ham has made history here in Orange. It's actually 3. At a time when a senior, Miss Johnson was her name, was being evicted, People's Organization Progress came into Orange and stopped the eviction of Miss Johnson. Who was a senior, and because of that, she was able to stay in her home. So those are 3 things, particularly in Orange, and there may be more, because we don't. One of the things he doesn't do is seek out notoriety. So, and more importantly, I just want to make sure everybody knows, while we're here for the announcement, we're also here to equally remind people that today is the first day that persons who are re-entering our community, our citizens who have been here, who have been not able to partake a part of this democratic system, can now register to vote March 17th. Yes, it's St. Patrick's Day. No, we won't have a parade, but persons who are re-entering our community can now go get a voter registration, fill out that voter registration. On May 12th, they can weigh in on this election, and I'm asking them to vote for Team Orange, New Jersey. And that's this. And I want to shout out the Institute of Social Justice, because they did a lot of work on this bill that was successfully passed. And go register to vote and get involved and get engaged.
All right. And once again, see, this is why I try to keep you focused, Donna, because I know you go all over the place, right? So that's the Donna.
I got to let you know why we're here, sir.
That's the DK way, DKW way.
Yes.
Like I said, I call you DKW, Donna K. Williams.
Yes.
Like I said, just like FDR, LBJ, right? JFK, right? That's how I think about you.
yes.
That's me personally.
Okay, well, I like that. DKW is what I say as well.
All right. And so you're running for mayor.
Yes, sir.
Why, man? I mean, woman.
Woman. I am running for mayor because I seek to represent the people in Orange in the capacity of, from an administrative view. I have done it for 12 years as a council member, and I believe that going over into administrative view will give me a bigger purview to that what I have envisioned the city of Orange to do, whether it's from fiscally responsible, recreation, you know, it's so many aspects that we have to do in servicing our people. And right now, our services are at a minimal. And I believe that the residents of Orange, particularly those who have been here for as long as I have or longer, are used to a level of services that we're not receiving now.
You know, Orange is a black community, majority black African American community, right? And so I'm going to talk some black people stuff, right? And so what I mean is the Jeffersons, right? The theme song for the Jeffersons, staple of black culture, right? And pop culture was moving on up.
Shout out to Janet Dubois. Yes,
right?
Yes.
And yet here you are as a councilwoman, and you want to move on down from the 3rd floor where the council is to the 2nd floor where the mayor is. What's going on? This is, I mean, how are we supposed to be moving up? How you going down, Donna?
Well, you know what? Where I believe I'm doing is I'm not one to sit in the seat. I go to where the people are. So I'm not particularly concerned where the council chambers are, where the mayor's office is. I'm going to meet the people exactly where they need me to be. You know, whether it's at the senior building, whether it's at a school function, whether it's responding to something that's unfortunate, but I go to where the people are.
All right. And listen, you mentioned before being a long-time resident, long-time elected official, and public servant. You know, people talk about Orange, but in the history of Orange, even though there has been quote-unquote scandals and there have been politics and shenanigans, things like that, Has it ever been like it is now? FBI investigations, you know, people well known, you know, highly thought of in the community getting, you know, FBI coming to the door and taking them away in jail. I mean, has that ever gone on? Did that ever, you know, I mean, what do you think about that and what does that say? Are you running for mayor to change that?
Definitely to change that, and again to restore trusted leadership. You know, what we don't want. Orange is a town where people are working 2, sometimes 3 jobs. They're going about doing what they need to do to keep their homes up, to live their lives. One thing that they don't want to do is to realize that when they're paying their taxes, that everything is not in a place where they hoped it to be. You want to at least hope, if I do this, this will go right. And that's what I'm sitting here to do, to assure that you can assure that I will be here to represent you. Now, we can't prevent, you know, hurricanes and things of that nature, but what you can ensure is that you're going to have a response that is for the people.
Listen, I don't want to disparage anybody or defame anybody, but I also want to state for the record, for everybody who's questioning about how did Orange get to this place, and the place being the FBI investigations and the air of uncertainty and questions about corruption, nepotism, and all this kind of stuff. So, but when it comes to the deputy BA, which was an illegal position,
Yes.
that the judge ruled should not have been created,
Yes,
and who
on several occasions.
and exactly right,
Yes.
you were the person as the council president at the time who led the fight against all that. People ask, how did this happen? How did it get there? Why didn't nobody say anything? But you did. You actually said, this is not right. This is not right. We should not be doing this. It's illegal. And eventually, a judge agreed with you.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, and the council came together, and you know, one council person, even though I'm sitting in the council presidency, cannot do it alone. It has to be by a majority of the council members. We have voted the position down for the BA, and at that point, the mayor chose to do alternative appointments, I guess you would call.
Create positions
Yeah,
that were not listed
there.
on the table of organization in the city.
And what we, as a council did, we first wrote a letter and said that this is not authorized, and it escalated to where we had to hire an attorney and we had to go into Superior Court, where we prevailed.
And the reason I mention that is because, you know, I've been thinking on it for a while now. You know, we always hear in America, the buck stops here. I am the decider. I do these things. And then people talk about, you know, well, it's not the mayor's fault. He wasn't the one who did it. But I'm editorializing perhaps. But I mean, if you hire the person and you fight tooth and nail for that person to put them in that position to do all these bad things they're accused of doing, and that somebody has already pleaded guilty of doing, whose fault is that?
Well, by way of appointing a position that was there, you are culpable for that. But I remember in our first court hearing under the Honorable Judge Tier, and Judge Tier gave a tremendous illustration, and she simply said, you do not show up to City Hall and you're king for the day. You have to put forth an ordinance. The ordinance has to go on the first reading, the second reading, the people have to weigh in it. You have to wait 20 days, and after that, then it becomes law. So you just don't show up and things happen. There is a process for things to come about in municipal government, particularly under the Faulkner Act, and that did not happen in this case.
And that's the irony too. We have laws and rules in place, right? We talk about America as a nation of rules and laws, correct?
Yes.
And you got a guy who's a mayor, who's a lawyer. Yeah, he seems to break the rules and the law whenever he feels like it. That's editorializing by me again, but
Yes.
that's what it seems like.
Yes, that's what it seems
I mean,
like,
because
yes.
how do you know the law but then don't follow the law?
Exactly, and he's a constitutional attorney, yes. And, you know, it's unfortunate, and it's really unfortunate for the people of Orange, because you just don't show up in court and everybody does this for free. It costs money, and to a very expensive tune, and the city of Orange residents are due, at the last count, over $300,000 in back pay because of that unlawful position. Which
And that's
we're
just
still
one
waiting.
position.
That's just one.
There's a
We're
couple
still
other people who've been making $100,000 plus a year, all you know, these last 8 years, right?
Yes.
Could have been hiring cops. That's millions of dollars,
Yes, it is.
right? We talk about the roads not being done. You could have fixed some roads.
Yes.
Could have plowed some snow.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I
Could have
mean-
done a lot of things, and more important, we could have had, where I would like to see, we could have had more recreation. Our pools could have been fixed. Perhaps, the YWCA, you know, that was a big item from him, could have been up and running. While I realized
Could have been a real deal.
Yeah.
Not some fake stuff to get
Exactly.
reelected.
So there's a lot of things that could have, if I could have, should have, would have, but it did not happen. But on May 12th, 2020, you have opportunity to vote for me, Donna K. Williams, 3A, and we can make all of these possibilities a reality.
And I mentioned all those things, and I may have added editorializing, but that's because to me it's a leadership issue. People ask leader, Larry calls it the CEO, Chief Executive Officer. But in every organization, even if it's all by consensus on the council, you have a council president, we have a leader. We have somebody who's supposed to speak and do the will of the group or the larger body, right?
Setting forth the tone, yes.
And as the mayor, you're the leader of the municipality.
Yes.
So
The ambassador for the city of Orange.
if the leadership is bad, everything else is going to be bad. That's my conclusion. Am I wrong? How do you feel?
No, and I think it affects morale, and I think it affects a lot. And then you have the tug of war, if you want, people who want to do the right, who are not in a place where they can do the right. So it is. It's not a great place to work, but we have to, again, refocus on doing what's right. And now, in less than 60 days, we have an opportunity to change the wind, to make sure that things in the city of Orange are focused on the people. They have somebody like myself, Donna K. Williams, in leadership who wants to serve them and realize that it is my job to serve the people of Orange. Trusted leadership is what I desire to bring. And a lot has been going on for the last 8 years, but we need to, and I know it's cliche to say that, but we need to move forward.
And we talk about you got to change course, right? If the ship is lost in a storm, you got to change course.
Yes, we do. We definitely have to change course immediately. It's costing the citizens of Orange. We have to do a number just to see how much money has gone into litigation, how much has gone on into services that did not benefit the citizens of Orange, and then begin to see where that, and begin to use that money in a more efficient way.
All right, and one last thing, you are, I call you 80s baby, all you 80s guys who graduated from Orange High School, but you're also part of a hip-hop generation. And Queen Latifah said ladies first,
That's
back
right.
in the 80s, right?
Exactly,
And so here we are, and we have a lady trying to become, take the first or top position here in the city of Orange for the first time in history.
Yes.
Like I said, I believe Hillary Clinton made a mistake. You got to let people know. This, a lot of people voted for Brown because he was black, just to make a chance for history. Oh, vote for a black guy? That's crazy. Let's go do it, right?
Yes.
And so you have people in Orange have an opportunity to literally make history
Yes, as being
on two counts, to be a woman and a black woman.
Oh, yes, first African-American woman and a woman at the seat of mayor in the city of Orange. So it's amazing. Here we are in 2020, but yes, I will be the first.
You call it in, even though you
speaking into
POP activist, right?
Yeah.
You doing that church stuff and call it into existence,
right.
huh? Speaking into existence, huh?
Yes, right. I'm a proud member of St. James AME Church in Norfolk. My pastor is Ronald L. Slaughter. So yes, I am speaking things as though they are.
All right, and the last thing, we'll give you a shameless
You
plug.
like a pastor. You know how many times you said last time?
I told you before, right? I give you a shameless plug. They had the ballot drawing yesterday that the mayor opposed, and they have to, may have to fight that out in court again, more legal fees.
Right.
Right? But you have a ballot position as of right now.
Yes.
What is the ballot position? Where should people go to look for you on May 12th?
Donna K. Williams for mayor, position 3A. Weldon Montague and Antoinette Hall for council persons at large, 15B and 16B.
All right, that's only two council candidates. What happened to the third one? It used to be one guy else, right?
We're no longer the team. We were creating the team, and now we have the finalized team, and this is the team.
All right, but that's, we're talking from the leadership and organization, you have to be adaptable, right? Sometimes
Yes.
things don't work out, but you got to make changes.
That's right.
You can't go, well, it's all bad, but let's just stick out the badness.
No, we have to make changes. We have to move forward, and we're moving forward with candidates. We're looking forward to highlight labor and the importance of labor. Weldon Montague being a member of CWA, and Antoinette Hall being a member of NJEA.
All right, so one more time, shameless plug.
Councilwoman Donna K. Williams, who's running for mayor for the city of Orange, position 3A, first woman, African-American woman to occupy this seat. Again, position 3A, Donna K. Williams. Weldon Montague, Antoinette Hall for council persons at large, 15B and 16B, your labor team.
All right, any social media? Can they go to your Facebook, Instagram?
Team Orange NJ, we're on all social platforms from Facebook to Tumblr to Instagram to YouTube. If I missed anything, Twitter, everything, we're there. Just Team Orange and J. Please repost, read the information, and we'll be coming at you with all of the information and updates. And most important, stay safe, getting back to basics. Wash your hands, keep your hands off of your face, and if you don't feel good, stay home.
You know, my last thought is too black, too strong, too female. I'm just kidding. Let you go.
Thank you.